This is a free verse poem titled A Light at the End of the Tunnel. I was suffocating, I couldn't breathe, but I held on tight to what seemed familiar. For the longest time I thought that was peace, only to realize I was still trapped in the abyss. Some nights I cried myself to sleep, but woke up wearing a smile each day. I needed to find the true meaning of life, or was it all just to put on a facade? However, it felt as though the devil had cast a spell on me, but low-key, I too was a willing participant, right? Because we can't always blame the devil, am I right? Which path was I to take, the broad or the narrow one? Who cares, D? Just choose one. Was there truly any light at the end of the tunnel? Wait, maybe I was just being carnal. Oh, how my soul grew weary. I contemplated endless times to put an end to the suffering because what was the reason for my existence? Was it to live a life filled with pain? Why was my case any different? I wondered, why had thou forsaken me? Of course, I had a lot of questions without answers. To make matters worse, in my quest to find meaning, a sense of belonging, I strayed further away. I dabbled into witchcraft without knowing what they now call New Age practices, mixed with law of attraction. Let's talk about manifestation, which is in fact manipulation. They told me I am my own God, and that I could create anything and have anything I desire. But first you need to bury the ugly and just focus on the good. In any case, pretend as though you are happy. And for a moment, it all sounded merry. And it seemed to work too, but for a very short period of time, and not without sacrifice. How could this be the light at the end of the tunnel? If only someone had told me to open my eyes then, because the devil indeed disguises himself as an angel of light, and only then will you realize that when the devil gives, he adds tons of sorrows to it, unlike our Heavenly Father who gives generously. Truth be told, a lot took place, but there's not enough time to put it all into words. Let me leave the poetry aside and get even more real for a minute. One day I just heard a voice urging me to fast and pray, and so I did, for the first time back in 2020. But had I fallen prey to my own demise? Was this even wise? Agreed, this was a new territory, unfamiliar, uncomfortable, but still I decided to obey, even though I was still feeling lost. Went from being an atheist to lukewarm. I guess we were making some progress, right? Still, there was no light at the end of the tunnel, and there I was, foolishly thinking I can live in both worlds, out of ignorance. Isn't it true that my people perish from a lack of knowledge? Oh, how I wish I knew then what I know now. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, I thought no one cared. I thought I had to go through the pain and suffering alone, because I did feel all alone. Maybe it's something you might relate to. Who knows? Of course, I felt hopeless and weak, but God said, listen, if only you can seek me wholeheartedly, call to me and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things which you do not know. You would also realize that you are not alone. I will never leave nor forsake you. I love you, and my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Come to me and I will give you rest. And there it was. A light at the end of the tunnel.